Roses are red and violets are blue. Foodie Beauty has had a boil and it smells of poo-poo.
Okay, so warning, this video contains gross medical stuff. We've seen so much on Chantal's channel. I don't even know if it's even possible to gross us out any more than we've already been grossed out. So I guess this is a health update for the boil by her crotch. So let's get into it. Happy Sunday.
Hi guys, hello guys, how are you? I'm here to provide you with a health update of sorts. I know you've been waiting for that, a lot of you. Sorry for the delay.
What's up with the voice? I don't like the child voice, and I don't like this one either. Seems kind of manipulative and condescending.
I've just been sleeping a lot actually, and which I usually do if I'm healing from something. Anything from a cold, a flu, to this, whatever it is, abscess, boil, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, that's what somebody does if they have like a life of leisure. They sleep, they get a cold, they go to bed, they lay down, they stub their toe, they go rest, they go lay down, they get a scratch, they go rest and lay down. I don't know, but in the real world, majority of people, still have to be productive and go to work, go to school, whatever the case may be. They don't have that luxury of, just life of leisure.
So what happened basically yesterday after my live stream, I'm going to call it an abscess. It had
Dr. Chantal.
gotten to the point where it was like very painful because of the pressure that was behind it. It was quite large and there was a lot of fluid buildup. And yeah, by the way, if you're grossed out.
So for her letting it go that long, so the bacteria that was obviously inside of there, which I think she probably made that thing worse to get to the size, if it's true that it did, was because she had poked it with the needle herself, because she had made a reference to that in the video prior, and then she said just kidding. And for me, every time she says just kidding, that means she told the truth. So I think she actually tried to drain that thing herself, maybe with one of her insulin needles probably, and it didn't work. And because she's filthy and doesn't clean herself, she drip dries, if you know what I mean, when she urinates, all that sort of thing, she infected it worse.
By things like this, just a warning, you might not want to listen to this because it's pretty gross. So basically, and I'm not on camera because I don't feel like getting all ready and everything. I'm just like, on my bed.
When aren't you?
Draining and everything. So
draining.
Anyways,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know, nasty. So basically, after I got off live, I said I was going to go to the hospital.
I mean, if that thing is still draining, that's a problem. You should probably be at the hospital.
It wasn't draining on its own, and it was very painful, and could become infected. So, but almost like not long after I got off live, like I had a shower, like a warm shower, and to get like ER fresh, it popped. I don't know if it was like the warm water or what, but like, because I did have a shower earlier that day.
Who believes that? Who believes that she took 2 showers in one day? Give me a break. I don't.
More frequent showers in the hot water in hopes that would like weaken the skin barrier and it would pop on its own, just to get some relief, from the pressure buildup. But yeah, it did pop. It was just like, okay, like now's the time. And this is going to be so disgusting. Just like all of this purple There was no white. It was just like purple,
Bacteria
reddish purple fluid
mixed with blood.
that just poured out of it.
Nice.
It was like, it was disgusting. It was a lot of fluid.
You're disgusting.
And it was disgusting. Like, the smell is like
Bacteria.
like as if turnips were rotting and festering in the sun for like a week straight. It's disgusting. I can't describe it.
I can't even,
It's like a,
you know, I can't even imagine what that would be like to get an infection like that or a boil and to let it go so long so that the pus and the bacteria and all that, you know, grows inside of that thing, and then to have it open and then it smells like that. I can't even imagine, you know, doing that to myself. But it's Chantal. You know, she might like these things. Who knows?
pungent, purulent,
That's gross.
very decaying, gross, disgusting smell. So I stayed in the shower and just let it drain a bit. Then when I got out, I didn't have anything, you know, so I put some paper towel, and that got soaked up pretty quick. Like, I added a lot and it still got soaked up.
How big is this
So,
thing?
I didn't go to the hospital that night because I'm not going to go into the hospital
Why?
smelling like that and everything, like, gross me out. So I would rather honestly die. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
Honestly, that's still a possibility. So dreams can come true for you, Chantal.
It was just, I'm not going to go when it's still draining. So
Why not? It makes
in the
no
morning,
sense.
Salah took me to the clinic, not the hospital. And
The bodega clinic.
They, you know, looked at it. They cleaned it up better.
You know,
We got a bunch of sterile beds.
does anybody actually believe this story? I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if this is even actually true or if this is all made up. 'Cause, the way she's telling it, it almost seems as if she's making it up as she goes along. And it kind of correlates with the other story, you know, how they went to the bodega clinic and all that sort of thing. I don't know. For some reason, I'm not buying the Boyle story. For some reason. I don't know.
Bandages, like, just like huge pieces of sterile gauze. And then when it's draining less, like, you just pack it with the gauze. Not pack the wound inside because it's actually not, there's not like a hole. So
Then that's a
it's
bad
just,
sign.
yeah.
If there's not a hole, then that means that that thing's gonna come back, Chantal. Give me a break. I have high feel. I cannot speak again. I have a feeling that this story is not true. My husband must be
It's
leaving.
like,
Hold on, my husband's leaving for work. So hey, when he opens the door, Lady the guard dog always barks.
how do I explain it? There's no hole, so like they don't have to pack it. And this abscess in this area has never had to be packed. So
Wait a minute. The abscess in that area has never had to be packed. So this is a reoccurring abscess. So it's a problem. Yeah, that's disgusting. So obviously you need to go see a dermatologist or some type of, I don't know what the term is for the doctor that deals with infections. Infectious specialist, I guess. I don't know. Something like that.
like that, I did have some abscesses before that.
Oh, look at the dogs are going wild because my husband's leaving. They're all outside. Hold on, I gotta wait till this passes because the lady's probably gonna start barking now because she hears the others. No, she's just sitting at the window. If you could see, I wish I could take a picture of her sitting at the window, listening to dogs. Anyways, back to
Needed to be
Chantal.
packed, but this one, no. So anyway, basically I'm on some oral antibiotics, and I just have to, you know, keep it very clean with
Man.
soap and water. Then, you know, use the dressings. And
She's making this up. I don't
yeah,
believe it.
it's, you know, that's about it. And then take the antibiotics. And if I feel bad and I have a fever or anything like that, you know how they tell you, return to the hospital, maybe I'll need something else. I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Like, I don't really have much else to say.
I mean, who thinks she's making this up because she has absolutely nothing to talk about, no content, no nothing. Salah Glitter Tits obviously isn't there or hasn't been there. She's by herself a majority of the time. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't go outside, have any adventures or anything like that. So I don't know. I think she's making this up for content.
Like, I have pretty much, it was like when it popped, it was almost like instant relief. It was just, I feel a lot better in terms of that, but the area is still pretty sore. As it's going to heal, of course it's going to be a bit sore, but
is that true? I don't know.
So,
I've never had a boil like that, so I don't know. Is that true when all the stuff comes out of there? Is the area still tender after the fact? I have no idea. That doesn't sound too good to me. That seems like she needs to go to the hospital and maybe have intravenous antibiotics that are a little bit more stronger than just the pills. Because, I mean, you can only take the pills for so long before they become ineffective.
The nurses actually said that, like, these are not uncommon in Kuwait because of how hot it is. And,
chub rub in
that
the
can
fat
happen.
people, I guess.
Like, I don't know. It's not really that hot here, so for me, I don't think this was the case.
I don't know if it's necessarily true because the climate here in Southern California and certain areas here is exactly the same as Kuwait because we're the desert as well over here. And I don't know if boils are a thing out here. I don't know anybody that has had them besides my aunt that was a heroin addict. My husband, who is diabetic, he's never had them. He's out in the sun, like I said, 7 days a week. He never had them. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is... I don't know. I've only associated with Chantal, especially with being dirty. Like, she's wearing unclean clothing. When you sweat, the bacteria is on it. She doesn't wipe when she goes to the bathroom. She just hoses her ass off, basically now. No toilet paper, stuff like that. So she is the perfect, I guess, petri dish of a human for things like that to jump off.
I think my diabetes might just be a complication of my diabetes as well. And also just, maybe, I don't know, friction from what I wear sometimes. It could be like from shaving, they said. It could be like, but
it could be from shaving. I said that as well because she doesn't clean herself properly and all that bacteria, fecal matter, Lord knows what's in that, with her. And if she cuts herself or nicks herself, the cat scratch, something like that, that's, an opening for bacteria to get into. So this is going to happen again. If it's not going to be a boil by her biscuit, I mean, it could be the next cat scratch and it could turn into some type of sepsis for her. I don't know. I don't know if she is actually oblivious to all the things and the complications that can go wrong with her, or if she's playing stupid, or she just doesn't care. I have no idea.
Typically, people with diabetes, they do get these abscesses, unfortunately, but
some people, not
more
all.
easily. So yeah, I'm just letting.
And what diabetics too also tend to get is yeast infections as well. So you might want to get that checked out.
It's still draining. Like, I have to change these. I'm taking like 2 showers.
It's still draining.
I'm going to be taking 2 showers a day, but I already took one. I'm about to go take another shower, put fresh gauze.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. The fact that she says, I'm going to be taking 2 showers, like, that's a big thing. I don't know. I think isn't it normal for someone to take 2 showers? I know I do. I get up in the morning, I take a shower. At night, I take a shower and go to bed. That's normal. So she is saying it like that's a big thing. Like that's, she's doing her part. She's taking 2 showers. I mean, there you go. Bacteria, Chantal.
It's the only way I don't feel icky. And, I'm just pretty, don't have really good energy. As for my blood sugars,
When do you?
my blood sugars were higher when I had the abscess. So, right after it burst.
Wait a minute. So the abscess was holding all the sugars? Like, is she going to blame the abscess for the blood sugar now? Get out. She is.
And I had a shower and everything. I laid down and I took my blood sugar reading, and this was on fasting, and it was 16.5 mmol.
Oh my goodness. That's like 300.
And
fasting blood sugar is 300. That's like an ER visit. What? I'm surprised she has not stroked out by now.
I don't know with the other conversion it is, but it's easy to Google anyway if you're really that interested. But 16 is high. Like a normal person without diabetes would
4.
have maybe a reading of 5 when fasting. So, yeah, it's more than triple. It was bad.
Crazy.
And so,
I mean, if you're walking around like that, how does she not feel like shit 24/7 with that type of blood sugar reading? Unbelievable. And she continues to eat the food. I can't imagine.
Oh no,
No wonder she rages.
But my blood sugar tends to be higher when I'm fighting some kind of infection. Whenever I had that kidney infection, and I was in the hospital, my blood sugars were 24, 25, and they were not letting me out of the hospital until they went down. So they had to give me a series of insulin.
She's in the 400s.
I haven't had my insulin today yet. I usually take that in the evening, but I'm actually...
I mean, if that's the case, I am amazed that this woman is still alive or has not had some type of stroke. To have that high of a blood sugar reading, unbelievable. And to think that she has these type of blood sugar readings, you would think that she would be like, God, if you get me through this, I will change my life and all this. She's had so many chances. You know what? The devil is going to come and collect that check, Chantal, very soon.
Super happy that, I did, I took, so basically I had to eat, because I was I don't know, I'm really hungry.
Yeah, of course.
More than usual, but not for junk, the thought of junk, when I'm sick, it just makes me feel sick, obviously, because your body's telling you, give me nutrients to help heal. So I had some, lentil soup, and
I had
some mahashi.
I had some lentil soup and some mahashi, guys, and a hubcap of rice.
Which is stuffed vegetables with rice.
Of course.
And I know rice, but I was just that's what I was feeling. I need mahashi.
I need it,
stuffed
guys.
Vegetables, so
that's what I was feeling. My body needed it. Guys, get out of here.
I ate a plate of that and some lentil soup.
A plate, sure.
And then I took my metformin and I had a nap. I woke up few hours later and I checked my blood sugar and it was 11 mmol.
It's still high.
So that's 5 points down, which is really that helps,
That's still 200.
So
it's high.
Yeah, that's still elevated, obviously, but when you're diabetic, you're not gonna have normal blood sugar levels.
You're not. I mean, you're not. But if you are following a proper diet and you're exercising and things like that, you can drop from that 11. You don't have to stay at 11. I remember my husband was at 11 for a long period of time, and he has, I don't know what his current reading is now. I know he's dropped. He's probably anywhere between 6 and 9, I would say. But, yeah, I mean, it's possible to drop from there. You just don't put in any effort into it, Chantal. So for you, you're happy staying at 11, but still things can happen to you. Strokes, loss of limbs, loss of eyesight with a reading of 11. You're still not out of, the woods.
but they should be lower than that, like, you know, so, but, excuse me, yeah, that's what I had, that's what I did, and that's what my blood sugars are now. So now I'm, like, so hungry again, and,
Wow.
after my nap, and I'm going to have some, basically, I ordered half of a grilled chicken.
She's gonna eat a
just
half a
half of a
chicken.
rotisserie chicken. And it doesn't,
It's just a half, guys. I'm just gonna eat a half of a rotisserie chicken. She says that like that's normal. Okay.
has like no sauce or anything on it.
Oh man.
And
She'll
a
find
fattoush
sauce.
salad,
Which has fried pita
which
chips
is
in it.
just dressed with olive oil and lemon juice. So,
And pita chips.
yeah, that's basically what I'm having. I'm trying really hard to not eat sugars, especially like added sugar
The rice will turn into sugar. The rice.
and stuff like that. I would say like low carb, but I did have like stuffed rice stuffed vegetables, but I don't know. It just, you know, I'm trying to just not eat as much. Like,
It doesn't matter if you don't eat as much. If you're still eating the same crap that's going to contribute to the spiking of the blood sugar, you might as well just eat the crap. What's the difference?
vegetables with like a ton of rice. So,
Please.
maybe that's why, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just really trying to
She's not trying. Come on.
to watch it now, pretty much. So, I don't know. Eventually, when I feel a bit better, I'll, you know, put together a better meal plan and stuff like that, and try to stick to it because I'm just so over feeling like crap. Now, I always say this every time I get sick, and then eventually I just forget
Let me
that I was
guess.
sick
Did you pray?
and go back to my old ways.
You will.
I don't know what to say about that. All I can say is addiction is a real bitch.
It's not an excuse, though.
And
That's not an excuse. If you recognize that this is the addiction, do something about it. Like, I honestly believe, watching you over the years, Chantal, that you are comfortable in your addiction and you don't want to change. You like being there, especially you like it because you have a bunch of enablers around you, so it makes it easy for you to live in that addiction.
but regardless, I have to find the strength in me, you know? So, anyways, that's another story for another time, another topic. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to let you guys know because I know a lot of you were worried about me. You know, knock on wood, but I'm on the mend.
If this entire story is true, which I don't think it is, I think she's lying for content. I don't believe if it's that serious, like she said, she would be out of the woods. Yeah, no. But like I said, I don't believe the story.
Hopefully. And yeah, just feeling a bit tired, so worn out, probably from the pain. But
The pain. Get out of here. Try childbirth and then you see what it's like to have pain and be worn out. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry.
about it, guys. So thanks for listening. Thanks for your well wishes and everything and your concern. And I will see you guys.
Okay, so that's the end of that. Like I said, I'm not buying the story, just the narrative of this. It kind of seemed like she was making it up as she went along, and the story seemed a bit similar to the other bodega visit to the doctor. So yeah, I'm not buying it. Lying for content. Well done, Chantal. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.